You know, the fun thing about the older cars were, it's like a living, breathing thing. It's kinetic sculpture. It goes down the road, it rolls, it explodes, it makes noise, it does things.
GM decides to open the Norwood plant, and it really is a reflection of the entire history of GM as a company.
The early days of robotic welds, that was cutting edge. Working everybody literally 24 hours a day. You know, pumping out the units, that was a first.
Coming out of the mid-60s with the garage bands and the British invasion and the fashion, planning to go to the moon. Jimi Hendrix set his guitar on fire, and these cars that are coming out that are super colorful, super powerful on the street.
The 60s, if you're a car enthusiast, was probably the greatest time. We were bigger, faster. That was the era.
When we saw the picture of the Trans Am, it just jumped out at us.
They took me out to Norwood, and I think it was to rub my nose in it that it was too difficult to do and too complicated.
Today, we are announcing the closing of 11 of our older plants.
I think there's a lot more people who knew that plant was going down.
We were losing money on every car that was going out the door.
We do not have any plan to cut our workforce.
Over 4,000 people will no longer have jobs.
People just, you did this all day, turning something over, and people just wouldn't show up for work.
This corporate culture of efficiency was pushing workers to the brink. It was pushing them to their breaking point.
The whole corporation was scared to shut the plant down because they figured that plants would just, the union, the hourly people would be so mad they'd wreck the plants.
You know, when you're willing to kill yourself to bring the boss down, nobody's going to win here.
We had the strongest local union in the country. I think management decided to kill the maverick, to shoot the lead horse, and everybody else would fall into place.
This isn't just a story about cars. It's a story about pride, passion, and perseverance. It's a story about sacrifice and struggle by working men and women and their pursuit to build something better. It's a story about a factory and the workers that made it go. A place that gave rise to some of the most legendary vehicles that ever graced the road, leading one company to dominate the automotive landscape for decades. Once upon a time, it could do no wrong, but eventually, it all came crashing down. This is the story of Norwood, where legends were born.